Hi guys, today I'll share Java interview questions for Hitachi. The first question is about Java 8 Stream API. There is an employee object with ID, name and salary. We need to convert this list to map and ID as the key and salary as the value. So I'll be streaming the list and then filtering using salary which is greater than 30,000, and I'll be using collectors.toMap and ID as the key and salary as the value. Then I'll be using entry set in order to iterate the map, and using for each I'll be printing the key and value pairs. Similarly, he asked a question regarding employee as the key and salary as the value. Similarly, you can see on the screen how it is converted to a map. The second question is about difference between flat map and map. Map is used for transformation only, whereas flat map is used for both transformation and flattening. Map produces one output value for each input value. So if there are n inputs, so it produces n output elements. Flat map is a two-step process. It converts collection of collection to a single collection. Map has one-to-one mapping, whereas flat map has one-to-many mapping. For example, if there is a list of elements and you want to get only the elements which are divisible by 5. So you need to stream the list and use a map such that it returns only the elements which are divisible by 5. And if there is a list of integer, you need to convert that list of list to a single list. Then you use flat map as shown on the screen. He asked me a coding question related to balance string. You can see on the screen three different inputs, and we need to check whether the given string is balanced or not. So I used a stack in order to push all the characters of the parenthesis and check whether it is balanced or not. The next coding question is about sorting zeros and ones in an array. We need to get all the zeros on the left hand side and all the ones on the right hand side with minimum time complexity and space complexity. The next question is about best practices to be followed while writing REST APIs. Terminologies: API endpoint, HTTP methods, HTTP response status codes, field name against convention, searching, sorting, filtering and pagination, and version. These are the important points to be followed while writing REST APIs. The next question is related to Springboard. He asked the basic annotations used in Springboard. So some of the annotations like at Springboard application, at REST controller, at request mapping, all the HTTP methods like at post mapping, at get mapping, put mapping, delete mapping, and patch mapping, at path variable, at request parent, and at request body, at auto and at service, at repository. These are some of the annotations. And he asked about idempotent and the difference between get and post. He asked about the advantages of Springboard over Spring and the differences between REST controller and controller. Next question is related to SQL. So there is employees table and department table. You need to get the employee count based on the departments. So I have used group by and select count of star comma department name from employee, and we need to join the department table based on the department ID from the employee table and ID as the primary key in the department table, and we need to group by department ID. Next question is about Java 8 features. He asked me to explain all the features which I have used in my project, and also to explain default static methods in the interfaces and about Stream API. Again, he asked me to write an SQL query with employee and his corresponding manager as the output and employee ID, name and manager ID as the input. Here I use the concept of self join and join the same table again. At the last, he asked me the concepts of CI/CD, Git Jenkins, and Docker. Thank you.